Hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport. I have done a lot of previews lately, mostly for Formula Regional, but it is a sign motorsport is waking up from its brief winter slumber and 2024 is fully underway. I could spend time looking at the World Rally Championship, which starts in Monte Carlo this weekend, but if you want my take on the 8 cars taking part in Rally 1, then check my thoughts on all the WRC's issues I've mentioned over the last couple of years. Instead, we are going to talk about another series getting underway for 2024, the IMSA Sports Car Championship over in the US of A. I am really interested in this series in 2024, with new cars joining the grid, a new format for the categories, and some top drivers from all over the world. How can you not be excited? So let's do a rundown and preview of the first very important round of the IMSA, the 24 Hours of Daytona. So make sure you subscribe and let's jump into the video. Chip Ganassi Cadillac. A Cadillac hasn't won the 24 Hours of Daytona since 2020, and a Works Cadillac team has never won the famous American race. Most of the wins have come from the Rain Taylor team, with some noticeable absences in 2024. Meyer Shank have won the last couple of Daytonas, and the new Lamborghini is not yet joining the grid. This could be Cadillac's year. Only one car this year, but it has 4 immensely experienced drivers at the wheel. Sebastian Bourdais, the former IndyCar race winner, Formula 1 driver and Champ Car champion, is looking to win his second Daytona 24 Hours, a decade after he won in a Corvette. Scott Dixon is a star of IndyCar and a Chip Ganassi golden boy. IndyCar teammate and double champion Alex Palou is joining him at Daytona. While Scott Dixon has previously won this race 3 times, this is Alex Palou's second attempt only, so he has some catching up to do. Renger van der Zande is another very experienced driver and a double Daytona winner. He is always a very steady hand and a former IMSA champion to boot. So Cadillac have a single car filled with stars, 6 previous Daytona 24-hour wins between them, along with a huge amount of IndyCar and Champ Car titles. You can never count these guys out. Cadillac also have done well in the World Endurance Championship, so maybe it's all coming together for the Works Cadillac team to take their first win in the Daytona 24 Hours. Whelen Engineering Cadillac Racing. One of the most successful teams in American racing, the formerly known Action Express Racing Team, have been around for a decade and a half and have taken a few wins at Daytona in that time. Former Formula 1 driver, briefly, Jack Aitken, has really been broadening his horizons since being ditched from F1. He was pretty good for Ferrari in DTM and has had some good runs in endurance racing. Tom Blomqvist is an IMSA champion and has been in the winning car for the last 2 24 Hours of Daytonas with Meyer Shank. Their absence has forced him to move teams and he'll be eager to make it a hat-trick of wins. Pippo Derani won the Daytona in 2016 but has only been on the podium once since. This is his 6th year with Whelen, a team he has won 2 IMSA championships with and is currently the reigning champion. Whelen are a threat, and if Blomqvist can win his 3rd Daytona in a row, it will definitely be something to be proud of. Porsche Penske. A very similar lineup of drivers for Porsche. In fact, 7 of these 8 drivers raced for Penske Porsche in the Daytona 24 Hours in 2023. The odd one out is Kevin Estre, but he is a Porsche Works driver and has raced in the 24 Hours of Daytona a few times. Always in a Porsche, but usually in the GT class. Same goes for Matthew Jaminet, Nick Tandy and Lawrence Van Voor, a fairly standard mix of long-time Porsche Works drivers with pretty similar levels of success. The second car has Dane Cameron and Felipe Nasser, who have both had a lot of success in this series, but neither have ever won this particular race. Matt Campbell has, but only in the GT class, never the top prototype class, and Joseph Newgarden, who has only ever done this race once previously in 2023, and that was in the LMP2 class. Overall though, it's 2 very experienced teams of drivers for Porsche, and either is capable of winning the race. Honestly, I would have thought all of these drivers would have taken a win in the Daytona 24 Hours by now. Genuinely surprised none of them have. But Porsche Penske were a little bit of a letdown last year. They struggled in the Daytona and had a rough time in the World Endurance Championship behind Toyota and Ferrari. They did end up winning a few IMSA races as the year progressed, but winning the Daytona in 2024 will be a great way to kick off their year. Proton Competition Porsche, a customer Porsche entry and one that itself has had a lot of success in GT classes. Now playing with the big boys these days, and they have a decent 4-driver lineup for the Daytona as well. Gian Maria Bruni was a Formula 1 driver 20 years ago and in the years since has been excellent in endurance racing, wins in the European Le Mans Series, World Endurance Championship, class wins at Le Mans, and a class win at Daytona. A very successful driver to lead the way for Proton. Romain Dumas has won Le Mans a couple of times, including once with Porsche. He also has a podium at Daytona for now sadly defunct Core Autosport. Neil Jarni is working with Audi as a simulator driver for their soon-to-be launched Formula 1 challenge, and also won Le Mans alongside Romain Dumas for Porsche in 2016. Despite his huge amounts of experience, this is only his second attempt at the 24 Hours of Daytona. Finally, we have the Belgian driver Alessio Piccarello, who is slightly younger and less accomplished than his teammates. Not that he hasn't won anything, the two-time European Le Mans champion with Proton competition is decent and has done a couple of IMSA races before. I don't think Proton will match the Works Porsche team, but they shouldn't be too far behind. JDC Miller Motorsport Porsche. The final Porsche on the grid is the American entry for JDC Miller. Ben Keating is doing double duty, racing for Miller and United Autosport's LMP2 efforts. Frankly, that's just selfish, hogging all the drives for yourself. Vastly experienced, including 10 years in this series, encompassing 2 LMP2 titles. Philip Hansen has spent a lot of time in endurance racing, but only a few races in the IMSA. But like Keating, he is very experienced and very successful. I remember watching Richard Westbrook race in the British Porsche series 20 years ago, and he has certainly come a long way since then. It must seem like an age ago that he had to stop racing because of a lack of funds. But in the years since his return, he's been a factory driver for Porsche, Corvette and Ford. He's been on the podium at Le Mans and Daytona, and is an all-round great driver. Tijan van der Helm is what I would consider to be the weak link here. He's younger, failed hard in single-seaters, but has scored podiums in European Le Mans, and has time to come on strong. A good lineup for the team that finished third last year, but this is new machinery for them. Might be more of a learning year for the JDC Miller team. BMW M-Team Rahal Lanigan Letterman Racing. This is a big year for BMW, doing both the IMSA and the World Endurance. It'll be interesting to see how they handle 2 campaigns at once, and how they compare to the likes of Toyota and Ferrari, who have not graced America with their presence. Despite taking a win in 2023, they struggled over the course of the IMSA season, and the 2 cars only finished 6th and 8th in the championship. So here's to a better 2024, and long-time BMW drivers such as Philipp Eng and Augusto Farfus are the experienced runners the team really need right now. Eng has had a lot of success with BMW in GT racing, winning the GT class at Daytona in 2019. Farfus started racing for BMW back in the mid-2000s in the World Touring cars, and has been around the brand ever since. This is his 11th Daytona in a BMW, and he has 2 class wins for the German brand. Dries Vanthoor has spent less time in BMWs, but is a good GT racer. He's only had a couple of goes at Daytona, but has a lot of experience elsewhere. And Finn Jesse Krohn has been a works driver for BMW in America for the last few years, and also has a class win. The second car also has a slew of experienced BMW runners. Conor De Filippi is a class winner at Daytona, and was part of the team that took BMW's first IMSA win last year. His teammate in that race was Nick Yellowloy. The former Aston Martin F1 test driver is starting to find his feet in GT racing. 3-time DTM champion René Rast has moved from Audi in the last couple of years to BMW, and is a class driver with a class win at Daytona in 2016 in an Audi. And another DTM race winner, Maxime Martin, who rejoined BMW last year after a few years with Aston Martin. BMW have a decent team, but there are not a lot of race winners in here. A lot of very steady hands, but neither entry really stands out as a potential winner to me. Could be fighting for a podium, but a win would be a shock. Wayne Taylor Racing with Andretti. Our final team is the incredibly successful Wayne Taylor and Acura. 9 podiums in the last 13 years, and 4 of those were wins. You should never count the Wayne Taylor team out. They finished second in the last 4 IMSA championships as well, so winning has to be on the team's mind in 2024. 2 very interesting teams of drivers on show as well, starting with the number 10 and experienced Wayne Taylor driver Felipe Albuquerque, a 2-time winner of the Daytona with plenty of wins in the World and European Endurance Series to go with it. Joined by Swede Marcus Ericsson, who is making only his second attempt at the Daytona, but he has come on a long way in the last couple of years, and it'd be nice to see him win outside of IndyCar. Brendan Hartley may have fluffed his chance in Formula 1, but in endurance racing he is racking up some impressive stats. 3 wins at Le Mans with Toyota, 4 World Endurance Championships, and he finished second with Wayne Taylor last year. And Ricky Taylor, the son of team owner Wayne, has won 2 Daytonas with his daddy's team. It's the other car that catches my eye. Formula 1 champion Jenson Button is taking part in his first 24 hours of Daytona, but it would be another feather in his cap if he wins. Luis Delatraz has been winning for the last few years. European Le Mans, World Endurance LMP2 Championships, currently leading the Asian Le Mans Series, and finished second here last year. Colton Herta is IndyCar's golden boy right now, and the talk of him moving to Formula 1 is still ongoing, but it's been a rough couple of years for him. He has won the lower classes a couple of times, but never the big leagues. Finally, Jordan Taylor, Wayne's other son and the far more successful one, IMSA champion, 2-time GT champion and 3 wins at Daytona, plus podiums at Le Mans. Jordan is rejoining the team after spending a few years with Corvette. A strange mix of drivers, but one of these Wayne Taylors is going to be my pick for the 2024 Daytona 24 Hours. I just don't know which one. So they are all the runners in the Grand Touring prototype class of the 2024 Daytona 24 Hours, and by extension the larger IMSA Championship. The front class is filled to the brim with top teams and top drivers. Any of these cars could take the win this weekend. There is not a single piece of dead weight between them. As for the other classes, well, they are too close to call as well. LMP2 has a lot of talented individuals, but I feel my enthusiasm for LMP2 draining somewhat. If I had to pick a couple of standouts, I would say Tower Motorsport, or maybe one of the United Autosport entries. The GT class is even harder, with a great mix of different vehicles and a mix of drivers of all levels from all around the world. Corvette will be strong here, and the FAF McLaren looks good, but my pick would be the Sun Energy Mercedes with Jules Gounon, Mara Engel, Lucas Holtz and Kenny Habel. Let me know your picks in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching and have a good one.